Hello and welcome to Camnet Television News. My name is Jeffrey Zambo. Top stories in our news tonight. BOWMAN LUSAMBO accuses President HICHILEMA of convicting him publicly. Former Family Health Trust Director sentenced to death for killing 19-year-old girl. Charles KAKOMA regrets ditching the UPND and apologizes to President HICHILEMA. In international news, Chad arrests opposition leaders over anti-France protests. And in sports news, JANNY SIKAZWE gets Confederation Cup final appointment.
Are you a married man or woman? Are you encountering challenges in your marriage? Are you planning to take your marriage and love relationship to higher levels? Your business platform is all set for you as a couple. You are invited to attend Zambia's First Love and Marriage plus Business Conference. Amidst uncertainties in the economy, higher divorce rate in the world, plan to be one of the most successful couple in Zambia. Date 28th May 2022. Time from 9 hours to 16 hours. Participation fee 1,200 kwacha per couple. Lunch inclusive. For registration, payment can be done through MTN mobile money on 0962 965 883 or 0979 753 010 for Airtel Money. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International. Speakers, Professor and Mrs. Catherine Munkumba. And your hosts, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chilunga. This is a must-attend conference. Plan and make a date with us. Your lives, marriage and future will never be the same. Remember, we are born for greatness. Book your seats by calling 0962 965 883. See you on the 28th May 2022.
Your love always brings me back.
Hello once again, another news in detail. Market traders who were trading in Lusaka's Comesa market in makeshift stores say they have been left stranded since the Lusaka City Council, LCC, demanded that they vacate the land which is meant for a road reserve. In an interview with Camnet News, the traders who gathered Tuesday morning have challenged the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development to show them alternative trading places, stating that even the list for the Simon Mwewa Lane market, which is almost complete, is already full. Meanwhile, Area Councillor Mr. Aaron Mwanza says the traders will be moved to the Tokyo market, which is currently under construction and will have a capacity of over 2,000 traders. More in this report.
The International Labour Organization ILO recognizes the informal sector to be the predominant economic activity in Zambia, accounting for about 70% of the country's labor force. Out of this, a large population is made up of traders, as data from the Zambia National Marketers Credit Association Zanamaka shows that the country has over 3 million market traders both in markets and on the streets, trading in various commodities. Due to this, market space has always been a battle, leading to the rise in street vending, which is also prohibited. Traders at Lusaka's Comesa market using makeshift stores say they have been left stranded as they have been accused of obstructing legally constructed shops and also occupying land meant for a road reserve. In this vein, they have called for alternatives such as the construction of more markets, stating that trading is the only means of survival.
So it's like banyamata bativuta maningi tinaenda kuri ba honorable garinkombo banabwera ba garinkombo batuma phone pameso pa bantu bonse banakamba ati muzeni na mugala as aleke kusebenzesa ba UPND kada ainde through council maona ba council ndiye bazazi bakozi ni road ya ba council ni malo ya ba council. That's why mnaona banapwanyisa uku ba council basi ya uku kuti ukunje kwa mne kumatenga ba council malevi na ndrama ya yoyorela vishala market ndiye kwa mne ba matenga amadipidisa ma 5 kwacha yoyorela chani vishala. So ba honorable banakamba ati banamugala endani chani through council ndiye za kupasani chani direction so that musebenze bwino not yako bati mwafika che mwambo sebenze saba UPND kada kuyambo pukanya mashopu y'abantu nanga kukauka riot vizankala branch bana mugala tinaona ati bamvera but tichoka cha bekuja kuri ba honorable tina dabwa baje abantu bachita continue kuchita chani kupanya maona so isetidabwa so apa abantu bazi movingina beka kuti bapezeko podiera bapezeko posebenzera abana mwaona ka
so tunaenda tilipile mashops yao wanapesa kati ya zura wapasa ma foreigners beka sema Zambians tilipe koenda tilipe la bausi ngatantike so tapemba kuti kanzi tiba jubile ko kuchipupa kwao tisaleko na tuma 2 meters or tuma 1 meter kusogolo ku tizikulisira ko pazidiera ko bana chikupa tilipe koenda na bana kuwapeleka tilipe beti sunganywa mbili kumanyumba so pamina hapo ndiye pali tufuna watitandi zile ba government batiranganirepo pali mashops takamba tivendezeko tike ko tuma 2 meters kusogolo tizikulisira hapo na ise tizipezera kupodiera bana ndiye problem ya mina iri ku
terombo kuteko kutwafirishe kupanta tapare ko tulia kwa mtusonga bana banshi opo turishaba ko twarira bana ku school so if not fumango kuchipupa kumya ko na tumpera ko 2 meters funa fuvene na tuserera ko mlodi so therefore government itwafirishe kupanta pare ko tulia market yari isula tapare ko tulia twapapa
inoline ya bazima ibambira ni wapolisi mena ngwadbe bamuna bapezi ko mino mena ngwa widows bapezi ko mino so kampana bebe tinauza kansi tikusire nkontu meters tishoke ku offense yanu ma container tiafendeze muti tiende ko road so inapezeka kuti kali mkwangani and mwampambo na ifita vitenga sokora baba itsatsachita people komezana titantikire market mkati mnazula konse ma shops bapasa abantu aya ma shops yonse futhi ayina abantu kulibe komezana tipidisi so ndipemeta kamba kasi tipendeze chetende mu road so tabasiya 2 meters shop chikopa chao tapera road mwe pangira ma container kamba tipe ko busi.
Meanwhile, Area Councillor Mr. Aaron Mwanza has responded, stating that the construction of more markets to house more traders is underway, such as Tokyo Market, which is expected to house over 2,000 traders.
Because there are many, and if we move them out from Comesa now, they will start mushrooming now, even in other streets, Lumumba and the likes. So what we want, we are open, as well waiting for Simon Mwalen to open, we can try, and even in Tokyo Market, we can try to shift those people to there, but not now. We've told those marketeers now just to change in terms of reducing the size of their makeshifts in order to accommodate also Namgala to trade. But I'm hearing that some people are coming harassing those marketeers. We shouldn't harass marketeers. Those are our people, and let's give them time. And there is a procedure. No one should come and harass someone. There is a procedure, a council procedure, which need to be followed. It is not an individual who is supposed to remove someone from the market. The market is being run by the Lusaka City Council.
Stakeholders have been suggesting that there is need to audit markets if to have a clear picture of what is on the ground and to find long-lasting solutions to the same. Zipora Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
The Anti-Corruption Commission, SEC, Acting Director General Silumesi Muchula, says Zambians have high expectations from law enforcement wings, hence the need for them to rise to the occasion in combating crime. Speaking during a forensic science and examination of digital devices training workshop for prosecutors, investigators, and information communication technology personnel, Mr. Muchula implored the participants to make use of the skills they will learn. He says crime is evolving, hence the need to be in tune with modern techniques of responding to the vice. Meanwhile, Deputy Inspector General of Police Miona Muyambango says digital devices play a significant role in unifying the mysteries in crime with the motive of creating a peaceful society. More in the following report.
These are prosecutors, investigators, and information communication technology personnel being equipped with knowledge on forensic science and examination of digital devices. The 3-day training workshop taking place in Lusaka has been made possible by the American Association for Auditor General.
AGA Africa is quickly becoming the premier organization in training on matters of transnational crime. So who is AGA for those who have not heard, or for those of you who would like to remember? We are non-partisan. We are not-for-profit. We are based in the U.S., running a program called AGA Africa, training in 9 African countries. We are in Ghana, in Kenya, in Malawi, Nigeria, Rwanda, Seychelles, South Africa, Uganda, and obviously Zambia.
Anti-Corruption Commission Acting Director General Silumesi Muchula says Zambians have high expectations from law enforcement wings, hence the need to demonstrate capacity to curb crime.
We are aware of the environment in which we work right now. The expectations are there. Performance is key. Results are needed. We know that the challenge is big. As such, it's important for us to make sure that we take full advantage of this training. The skills that are going to be imparted on us are not just for us to just keep. They are intended for us to better serve the Zambian people as far as fighting crime is concerned.
And the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Miuna Muyambango, says digital devices play a significant role in unifying mysteries in crime with the motive of creating a peaceful society.
I urge you to explore your horizons through your active participation of first-hand experience and knowledge with this in mind. I'm convinced that the output of the workshop will be immensely contribute to the betterment of service delivery in our country, Zambia.
And on the sidelines of the meeting, the American Association for Auditor General and the Anti-Corruption Commission signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at combating transnational crimes. Attorney General Alliance Africa representative Dr. Frida Brazo says fighting corruption is among their core mandates.
Fighting corruption is one of AGA Africa's core mandate areas. We recognize the devastating impact of corruption on a country's economic growth over and above creating a breeding ground for growing criminality. We are ready to support the Commission's effort in ridding the country of this vice.
ACC Acting Director General Silome Simuchula is confident that the MOU will help the Commission effectively respond to crimes.
I'm very glad that the partnership between our institutions will enable us to share both legal and technical knowledge through sharing information on new technologies in law enforcement, such as equipment, software, hardware platforms aimed at improving efficiency in the fight against corruption.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News.
Former United Party for National Development UPND spokesperson Charles KAKOMA has rejoined the ruling UPND. In March 2021, Mr. KAKOMA left the UPND and joined PF to beef up support for the then ruling party ahead of the August 12 general election. Speaking at a media briefing in Lusaka's Woodlands area Tuesday, Mr. KAKOMA regrets his action and has since apologized to the party and President Hakainde Hichilema. And former Chalanga Member of Parliament Captain Cosmas Mono says he has rejoined the UPND because he is impressed with the performance of the New Dawn government and pledged to work tirelessly in order to grow the party. Meanwhile, UPND Secretary General Batuke Imenda welcomed the duo. More in this report.
I'll be coming Charles. Tuesday means I'm busy. Okay, my husband, I'm bringing everything. We are winning.
That was the confidence of the wife to Mr. Charles KAKOMA as he opted to ditch the United Party for National Development, UPND, to be part of the board. Just like many other, Mr. KAKOMA accused the UPND of sidelining him, and just like was the wife, he was certain the PF was going to remain in power.
This time around, I think I've campaigned for him enough.
Yeah. Time to win. All the two friends now decided that I'll campaign for the other friend. Yeah.
Who is His Excellency, President Jagwarum.
But they are slowly going back to the raids, saying sorry, braving the provocative themes such as practicing politics of the berry. Just last week, the party was receiving former Mbalala constituency lawmaker Ephraim Belemu, and fast forward to Tuesday 17th May 2022, Mr. Charles KAKOMA, just like a prodigal son, rejoined the UPND. Speaking at the media briefing in Lusaka's Woodlands area, Mr. KAKOMA says he regrets his action and has since apologized to the party and President Hakainde Hichilema.
I failed to fit in because for a long time I've held certain values. I'm requested as a PF member and member of the Central Committee to go and show solidarity to that thief, to that corrupt person at court. Obviously, I was not at peace. How could I do that? All along I've been saying, let's fight corruption, let's catch the thieves. And when they are caught, then I must be on the side of the thieves to show solidarity to them. I corner mine, as the president always said.
In a similar fashion, former Chilanga Member of Parliament, Captain Cosmas Mono, has rejoined the UPND, saying he is rejoining because he is impressed with the performance of the new Dawn government and pledged to work tirelessly in order to grow the party.
We differ. Our coming to UPND, it has nothing to do with our berries. And I don't think they look so empty. Do we look so hungry? We have come here to join the process of developing our nation.
Meanwhile, the UPND Secretary General, Batuka Imenda, has welcomed the duo, noting that the coming back of Mr. KAKOMA and Mr. Mono is a lesson to members of the party that no individual is bigger than the party.
Let this be a lesson to all of us. A lesson to all of us that no individual is bigger than the party. So, for whatever action, for whatever frustration that we go through,
regardless the duo injuring the feeling of the UPND family at an hour of need, the party Secretary General says the party cannot grow without the receiving of old and new members. Alex Shimba, Camnet News, in Lusaka.
Transparency International Zambia, TIZ, has cautioned the Ministry of Mines and Minerals to ensure adherence to transparency and inclusivity in all mining activities. TIZ Executive Director Maurice Nyambe says, seeing the surge of interest to invest in Zambia's mining sector by notable mining players from the just-ended mining Indaba held in Cape Town, the Ministry of Mines should be cautious as it resumes the issuance of mining rights. Meanwhile, Mr. Nyambe says TIZ expects the UPND administration to advance initiatives to enhance transparency in the awarding of mining rights licenses.
We have noted with intrigue the increased interest that we are seeing in Zambia as a mining sector following the conclusion of the mining Indaba that took place in Cape Town last week, at which of course President HICHILEMA was in attendance. Now, as optimistic as these developments seem to be, our view is that the Ministry of Mines really needs to proceed with caution, also just to ensure that the issues of transparency and inclusivity are actually adhered to when it comes to everything that we are doing within our mining sector. We are aware that there was an audit of mining rights that was undertaken, and our expectation was that following the completion of this audit, the ministry was going to publish a summary of the findings, but also whatever recommendations may have been given in relation to the findings of that audit. And it is a big concern to us that that has not been done, and yet the public has already been informed that the Ministry of Mines will resume the issuance of mining rights. So we think that given the importance of the mining sector to Zambia's economy, I think the importance and the need for there to be transparency and openness and basically accountability in everything that we are doing in relation to this sector, I think that importance cannot be overstated. And our hope is that going forward, the UPND administration will see to it that they are not doing things within the mining sector that will give rise to speculation as well as give rise to concerns around what really is happening in the sector. And we do hope that the elements and aspects of transparency, accountability and integrity are aspects that are going to be espoused in everything that we are doing in relation to the sector.
Ministry of Technology and Science, in partnership with various stakeholders, has disclosed plans to enhance security for mobile money operators. Minister in charge of Technology and Science, Felix Mutati, says the government is working with a cybersecurity team, financial institutions and security wings to ensure that mobile money agents are protected. Speaking at the same event, Ayo Zambia Limited Chief Executive Officer Andrew Nkolola said the firm has since 2020 successfully provided cover insurance to over 2 million people through its collaboration with MTN Zambia through its mobile money platform. The duo was speaking during a press conference by Ayo Zambia Limited held in Lusaka Tuesday. Details in this report.
Growing use of mobile phones has created mobile money services because mobile money services operate through cell phone services and the internet. Using mobile money, you can withdraw and deposit cash, pay money to others and keep money stored for later use. Improvements in mobile money channels worldwide have created product options among financial institutions. That said, government says it is working in collaboration with various stakeholders to enhance security for mobile money operators. Disclosing to the media, Minister in charge of Technology and Science Felix Mutati says government is working with a cybersecurity team, financial institutions and security wings to ensure that they are protected.
Is digital financial inclusion. As we stand today, digital financial inclusion only stands at 70%. We need to do much more. We know that the acquisition, the ownership of mobile handset has increased and enabled most of our people to have access. But from a financial inclusion perspective, we still have a lot of work to do. And we think part of that solution is to move from mere looking at connectivity as a vehicle to digital transformation to creating solutions and products that will create happiness to citizens.
The minister says once the insurance cover is implemented, it will help over 100,000 registered mobile money agents that operate in a safer environment.
What the customer expects from the transaction, and all they are expecting is affordable, they can easily access it, and it's available. That's all they need to know. What is behind that, the infrastructure issues, is the detail. They're just looking at the three ends. Two, we have got a challenge in this country that the insurance penetration is around 5%. So we have this whole entire nation not insured.
Speaking at the same event, Ayo Zambia Limited Chief Executive Officer says his firm has successfully provided cover insurance to over 2 million people.
Or damage to property, as we all know, and I'm sure all have experienced, if not directly, through the people and families that we care about so deeply. So Ayo's proposition, ladies and gentlemen, basically is to fill that void. And it gives me great joy to announce to you, for those who may not be aware, that since Ayo launched in Zambia, particularly in 2020, we have successfully enrolled in excess of 2 million individual insurance subscribers that are enjoying these services. So by and large, these are people traditionally, like I mentioned, had not had access to these kind of services, either for...
Blessings Chakwila, Camnet News, Lusaka.
The Non-Governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council, NGOCC, says women in rural areas should be trained in the use of sustainable cooking methods as one way of dealing with the problem of climate change. In an interview, NGOCC Executive Director Anne Anamela says while urban areas also use charcoal, The problem is more pronounced in rural areas through firewood, hence posing a threat of deforestation. She was speaking after officially opening a 4-day workshop in Lusaka aimed at teaching traditional leaders better cooking methods so that they can educate their subjects. More in this report.
With the harsh effects of climate change such as floods and droughts having been experienced in the past few years, Zambia, like other countries, is actively trying to find solutions to the same. While it has been said time and again that the use of charcoal is one of the main contributors due to the cutting down of trees, few, if any, solutions have been taught to women in rural areas. In this vein, the non-governmental gender organizations coordinating Council NGOCC Tuesday morning brought together a number of traditional leaders so as to explore alternative cooking methods for women in rural areas. While urban areas also use charcoal, it has been noted that there is need for urgent solutions in rural areas, which are mainly firewood dependent. Speaking to Camnet News, NGOCC Executive Director Ms. Ann Anamela says the 4-day workshop is aimed at brainstorming what sustainable alternatives can be used in these areas.
The key issues the main issue around this workshop is the promotion of opportunities for women's empowerment and rights. And this project is called POWER, that is the acronym. But it focuses on issues of climate adaptation, climate change and climate adaptation, particularly for women. It's looking at the use of alternative energy sources, and also in terms of agriculture, and also in terms of women utilizing these alternative sources to earn incomes. So what we are doing now is a training of trainers, training community leaders that are going to go back into their communities and train, community members, and especially women and girls around climate adaptation.
Meanwhile, Zambia National Traditional Councillors Association Programs Manager Mr. Gordon Muchemwa, who is one of the participants, says the training will go a long way in combating climate change.
As a participant in this training on the use of clean energy technologies, I feel that the stove that we are going to learn to make here will be better because it will be simpler. We've tried to roll out the supermoto stove, and it has been discovered that it has been expensive. Most of the women in the rural areas have not been able to afford to buy that. And in addition, you find that the pellets are not readily available. So for this one, which we are learning here to make, it will be easier, and even the things that will be used, the twigs, are readily available. So I feel this one will do better in terms of the rural women.
They state that climate change must be fought from all angles, calling on other stakeholders to play their part. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
President Hakainde Hichilema has advised the Ministry of Lands to collaborate with ministries of finance and local government in order to carry out the land titling program effectively. The head of state says the national land titling program can guarantee security of tenure and increase the revenue base and investments in the country if well implemented. In a joint briefing in Lusaka Tuesday at State House between Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and Medikai Land Governance CEO Ali El Hussein, President Hichilema says the NLTP will be a good investment for the economy and Zambia. You're watching Camnet TV. We'll take our first commercial break. We'll be back with more news after the break.
Your skin is the biggest muscle in your body. That's why we make sure that Oracle is #1 when it comes to taking care of your precious skin. Oracle Pure Petroleum Jelly and Glycerin soothes, moisturizes and keeps your skin perfect. Oracle Pure Petroleum products for that perfect skin.
We welcome you to the wonderful world of Savenda Electronics.
At Savenda Electronics, we pride ourselves in manufacturing high-quality electricity and water meters.
Boasting of the first of its kind state-of-the-art manufacturing plant in Zambia, Savenda Electronics manufactures customized smart electricity and water meters of international standards for both the local and international water and electricity utility companies. Our highly computerized factory, run by qualified staff, makes, calibrates, and electronically tests the smart meters to ensure only those meeting customer specifications are delivered to the market. Some of the main features which come with our meters includes notifications about low units, tempering, low battery, and many more customized features. Savenda Electronics provides on- and off-site after-sales service and has favorable contract terms for water and electricity utility companies. Savenda Electronics, the real deal.
Are you a married man or woman? Are you encountering challenges in your marriage? Are you planning to take your marriage and love relationship to higher levels? Your business platform is all set for you as a couple. You are invited to attend Zambia's First Love and Marriage plus Business Conference. Amid its uncertainties in the economy, higher divorce rate in the world, plan to be one of the most successful couple in Zambia. Date 28th May 2022. Time from 9 hours to 16 hours. Participation fee 1,200 kwacha per couple. Lunch inclusive. For registration, payment can be done through MTN mobile money on 0962 965 883 or 0979 753 010 for Airtel Money. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International. Speakers, Professor and Mrs. Catherine Munkumba. And your hosts, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chilo. This is a must-attend conference. Plan and make a date with us. Your lives, marriage, and future will never be the same. Remember, we are born for greatness. Book for your seats by calling 0962 965 883. See you on the 28th May 2022.
Welcome back. We'll continue with the rest of the news. Embattled Kabushi, Member of Parliament BOWMAN LUSAMBO, has claimed before the Lusaka Magistrate Court that President Hakainde Hichilema tried and convicted him through his speech during a press conference. Mr. LUSAMBO, who is jointly charged with his wife Nancy with 10 counts of being in possession of property suspected to be proceeds of crime, among other charges, raised a preliminary issue Tuesday morning alleging that President Hakainde Hichilema on the 25th of April held a press conference to which he commented on matters before the court. The accused now wants the court to refer their alleged corrupt acquisition of properties case to the Constitutional Court to determine whether President Hichilema's immunity extends to him interfering with court proceedings, among other pertinent questions. Here's a report.
Just recently, the Lusaka's Magistrate Court declined his request to have the case. He is jointly charged with his wife for being in possession of property suspected of being proceeds of crime be referred to the Lusaka High Court so as to determine if the decision to try them before the Specialized Economic and Financial Crimes Court is discriminatory. The embattled Kabushi Member of Parliament BOWMAN LUSAMBO and his wife Nancy LUSAMBO have again raised another preliminary issue in their matter. This time around, the duo alleges that Republican President Hakainde Hichilema tried and convicted them in public when he held a press conference on the 25th of April 2022, where he alleged that Mr. LUSAMBO was just a die-hard. Where would he have gotten the money to purchase a house worth 150,000 United States dollars? The duo, through their lawyer Makebi Zulu, told Lusaka Magistrate Friday Samaundu Tuesday morning that they are aware that President Hakainde Hichilema cannot be cited for contempt after commenting on a matter that is before court. However, their plea is to have the case referred to the Constitutional Court so as to determine whether President Hichilema's immunity extends to him interfering with court proceedings. The duo laments that the comment made by President Hichilema, if not addressed by the Constitutional Court, will not guarantee a free and fair trial for them. The defense now wants the case to be referred to the Constitutional Court to determine whether or not President Hichilema was in breach of Article 98, which states that a person holding a public office shall not interfere with the performance of a judicial function by a judge or judicial officer. However, the state has objected to the application on account that it is a delayed tactic meant to drag the case. The court has reserved ruling to the 20th of May 2022. Mr. Lusambo and his wife are facing 10 charges, among those possession of property suspected of being proceeds of crime, conspiracy to defraud and tax evasion. Miriam Kaemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
A Lusaka-based lawyer, McQueen Zaza, has been committed to the Lusaka High Court for trial proceedings in a case in which he is alleged to have extorted over 40,000 kwacha. This is in a matter in which Mr. Zaza is jointly charged with Walia Chilufya, a police officer, and Richard Perry, a Zambia Revenue Authority ZRA officer, with one count to attempt extortion contrary to Section 297 of the Penal Code. Allegations are that the trio, on the 15th of October 2021, solicited 40,600 kwacha from a Mr. Roy Musonda. More in this report.
7 months after his arrest, a Lusaka-based lawyer, McQueen Zaza, has finally made his first appearance before the Lusaka Magistrates Court. Mr. Zaza is jointly charged with Walia Chilufya, a police officer, and Richard Perry, a Zambia Revenue Authority officer, with one count to attempt extortion, appeared for a mention and possible committal before Lusaka Magistrate Nsunge Chanda Tuesday morning. Allegations are that the trio, on 15th October 2021, solicited for 40,600 kwacha from a Mr. Roy Musonda. The offense the accused have been slapped with is contrary to Section 297 1A of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the Laws of Zambia. Given the nature of the offense, which is outside the jurisdiction of the subordinate court, Magistrate Chanda committed the accused to the Lusaka High Court for trial proceedings following instructions from the Director of Public Prosecutions. Meanwhile, according to a statement that was issued by the police on 15th October 2021, it is alleged that Zaza, whilst acting together with Walia Chilufya and Richard Perry, drove off the victim to Simon Mwansakapwepwe police station, where Roy Musonda was told that he was spotted at Ministry of Defense and wanted to know how he got the contract with the said ministry to supply uniforms and bulletproof vests. It is alleged that Zaza demanded for 1 million kwacha from the victim in order for the victim's contract with the said ministry to be secured or risk termination, claiming that he had connections with the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwimbu and Rural Development Minister Gary Nkombo and others. Nelson Zulu for Camnet News.
And now the Lusaka High Court has sentenced a 59-year-old former Family Health Trust Executive Director Benny Zulu to death by hanging for murdering 19-year-old Natasha Mkandawire. This was in a case in which Mr. Zulu was facing one count of murder contrary to Section 200 of the laws of Zambia. Particulars of the offense are that the convict, on the 9th of July 2019, shot dead the victim in his car and dumped her body in the Mpandika area in Chubombo district. Delivering judgment in the case Tuesday morning, High Court Judge Wilfred Muma ruled that the circumstantial evidence indicated that Mr. Zulu murdered Natasha, given the fact that he was the one who led the police to where he had dumped her body 2 days after her death. The country has recorded an increase in the number of gender-based violence in the first quarter of 2022, from 4,254 recorded in 2021 to 6,915 in 2022. In a statement issued to Camnet TV, police spokesperson Ray Hamonga says from the cases recorded, 4,740 are criminal cases, while 2,175 recorded as civil cases. Mr. Hamonga has further said the country has also recorded 1,769 cases of abuse against children, of which 1,284 recorded were girls, and a total of 485 cases recorded were boys, representing 72.6% and 27.4% respectively. Meanwhile, Mr. Hamonga says that Lusaka province has recorded the highest number of gender-based violence cases, with 1,108 cases, followed by the Copperbelt province with 662 cases. We take a break. We'll be back with international and sports news after the break.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
She has so much data.
Mom.
Yes, baby.
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
Savenda. Save nations, develop Africa. Connecting African countries to each other and connecting the African continent to the world. This logistics and global supply chain management group offers end-to-end solutions across all sectors of the economy: agriculture, energy, telecommunications, finance, construction, transportation, and insurance. And now, its initiatives are greener than ever, operating in line with government guidelines and working to provide energy security for Zambia and beyond. 25 companies united under one group and one vision. Savenda. Trade and logistics made easy.
Camnet TV is becoming big and better. You can now watch Camnet TV wherever you are around the world, simply by downloading the Camnet TV app. With Camnet TV app, you only use less bundles. Camnet TV, not just another channel. Are you a married man or woman? Are you encountering challenges in your marriage? Are you planning to take your marriage and love relationship to higher levels? Your business platform is all set for you as a couple. You are invited to attend Zambia's First Love and Marriage plus Business Conference. Amidst uncertainties in the economy, higher divorce rate in the world, plan to be one of the most successful couple in Zambia. Date 28th May 2022. Time from 9 hours to 16 hours. Participation fee 1,200 kwacha per couple, lunch inclusive. For registration, payment can be done through MTN mobile money on 0962 965 883 or 0979 753 010 for Airtel Money. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International. Speakers, Professor and Mrs. Catherine Munkumba. And your hosts, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chilo. This is a must-attend conference. Plan and make a date with us. Your lives, marriage, and future will never be the same. Remember, we are born for greatness. Book for your seats by calling 0962 965 883. See you on the 28th May 2022.
Your love always brings me back.
And now in international news, 5 opposition leaders were charged and jailed Monday in Chad for disturbing public order during a Saturday demonstration against France, accused of supporting the military junta, the N'Djamena prosecutor's office told AFP. 7 gas stations belonging to the French oil company Total were vandalized and 12 police officers injured Saturday during an anti-French demonstration by hundreds of people in N'Djamena, according to a police official who requested anonymity. 5 leaders of the main opposition coalition Wakit Tama, which organized the march, were arrested in the process. Meanwhile, North Korea has enlisted the army and deployed 10,000 health workers to trace COVID-19 patients. Its leader Kim Jong-un is blaming health officials for being irresponsible in their handling of the crisis. Here's a roundup for more in international news.
Chad on Monday charged and sent to prison 5 opposition leaders over a demonstration against France. The rally over the weekend denounced Paris for supporting the military junta in N'Djamena. The prosecutor's office said the 5 were charged with disturbing public order. The protest was organized by Wakit Tama, Chad's main opposition coalition. During the demonstration, attended by several hundred people, several gas stations belonging to the French oil company Total were vandalized and drove police officers injured. The organizers accused Paris of not applying pressure on the junta, headed by the son of Chad's former ruler Idriss Déby, to transfer power back to civilians. A year after Déby's sudden death, the military has dragged its feet on outlining a transition timetable, while also sending mixed signals on holding dialogue with the political opposition. Several political parties and rebel movements have demanded the release of the 5 opposition figures.
After 2.5 years of denying its very existence, North Korea seems not only to have accepted the arrival of the pandemic, but that it's now everywhere. The outbreak dominates extended coverage on state-run media, with people being encouraged to adopt good hygiene, exercise and homegrown remedies, with the emphasis on living with the virus rather than isolating from it.
The malignant virus spreads very quickly, but on the other hand, the danger of the pathogen is low. It can be completely destroyed.
Case studies of families who have apparently contracted the virus and then recovered have been widely aired. We all got sick, this father says, then adding they all got better within a couple of days. The message seems to be, don't panic. It's very different from the confident face that North Korea has shown to the world in public parades and gatherings in recent months, which could prove to have been major super-spreader events. Leader Kim Jong-un has criticized his officials and ordered pharmacies to provide more medicines. Given most people experience mild symptoms from the Omicron variant, it's been established that cold and flu remedies can help. But that's on top of comprehensive vaccination campaigns. And so far, North Korea has resisted all international offers of vaccines, including from South Korea. This mild type of COVID-19 spreading through a completely unprotected population seems to be uncharted territory, with neighboring health officials looking on with concern.
We don't know what the consequences of this Omicron variant will be when it spreads to a large number of people who have never been in contact with COVID-19. There are enough reasons to pay attention to this with interest.
Adding to North Korea's problems is widespread malnutrition from food shortages, an economy racked by years of sanctions and a weak medical system. Many observers believe it can't afford a hard lockdown like other countries and has no choice but to tough it out. Rob McBride, Al Jazeera, Seoul.
Let's now have some sports news. And in sports news tonight, top Zambian referee JANNY SIKAZWE will be at the center of this Friday's CAF Confederations Cup final between South African giants Orlando Pirates and RS Berkane of Morocco. The 2018 FIFA World Cup Wissoman will be joined by Angolan Jason Emiliano dos Santos as first assistant, while Mozambican Arsenio Chadrake Maringule will be the second assistant. Botswana referee Joshua Bonda will serve as the fourth official, while Egyptian Mahmoud Ashor will be the video assistant referee for the match, with his compatriots Mahmoud Abdullah Regal and Mahmoud Elbana completing the video crew. CAF has set Nigeria's Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo as a venue for this highly anticipated clash. And in other sports news, London's Irish teenage fullback Henry Arundel is included in a 36-strong England training squad According to BBC, the 19-year-old only made his Premiership debut in February but has scored 11 tries in 15 matches for Irish and England under-20s this season. Arundel's club teammate, Will Joseph, the younger brother of former England centre Jonathan, is also called up. Owen Farrell, who missed the Six Nations with an ankle injury, is back. And Britain's Jess Judd secured her 10,000-meter spot at the 2022 World Championship in Oregon by winning the women's race at the night of the 10,000 meters. According to BBC, Judd, 17th in the Tokyo Olympic final, needed a top two finish to qualify and won in 31 minutes 22 seconds 24. Fellow Briton Amy Eloise Markovic, who competed in the 5,000 meters in Tokyo, finished second, missing out on the qualification time by 0.57 seconds. To end Camnet television news, the headlines once again. BOWMAN LUSAMBO accuses President Hakainde Hichilema of convicting him publicly. Former Family Health Trust Director sentenced to death for killing a 19-year-old girl. Charles KAKOMA regrets ditching the UPND and apologizes to President Hichilema. In international news, Chad arrests opposition leaders over anti-France protests. And in sports news, JANNY SIKAZWE gets Confederation Cup final appointment. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day, which is coming from Micah 6, verse 8. Mankind, he has told you what is good and what it is the Lord requires of you, to act justly, to love faithfulness, and to walk humbly with your God. That is what we had on Camnet Television News tonight. My name is Jeffrey Ziambo. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.